Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're diving into a serious and developing situation that has global implications. Russian President Vladimir Putin has issued a chilling warning to the West. Providing Ukraine with long-range missiles would be seen as an act of war against Russia and NATO. Let's break down what this means and why it's causing such a stir. First off, Putin didn't mince words. He stated that allowing Ukraine to use these advanced weapon systems would signify direct involvement of NATO countries in the conflict. Essentially, Putin is saying that if the West provides these missiles, it's not just helping Ukraine, it's actively entering the war against Russia. He believes that Ukraine couldn't operate these missile systems without NATO's direct involvement. This isn't just about weapons, it's about crossing a red line that could push the conflict beyond Ukraine's borders. Now let's talk about the Western response. Leaders like US President Joe Biden and UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak are in intense discussions about whether to supply Ukraine with these long-range missiles. Ukraine is pushing hard for this support, aiming to defend itself more effectively and strike strategic military targets within Russian territory. But here's where it gets complicated. While some US lawmakers are all for easing restrictions on arms supplies, the Biden administration hasn't made a final call yet. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken hinted at a potential policy shift, suggesting the US might provide Ukraine with the means to strike back at Russia more effectively. But this idea hasn't gone down well in Moscow. Russia views it as a dangerous escalation, and they're not backing down. Adding to the complexity, the UK's Foreign Secretary James Cleverly points out that Iran is now more involved in supporting Russia's war effort, particularly through providing ballistic missiles. This isn't just a Russia-Ukraine issue anymore. It's pulling in more players and creating a web of tensions. So, what's at stake here? A lot. The decision to provide long-range missiles to Ukraine isn't just a military move. It's a geopolitical gamble. The international community, including the UN, is watching closely. There's deep concern over the heated rhetoric and the potential for escalation, particularly around the use of nuclear weapons. The UN is calling for restraint, urging all parties to prioritize diplomacy and avoid actions that could lead to more bloodshed and instability. As winter approaches, the conflict is entering a critical phase. The West faces tough decisions. How do they support Ukraine without igniting a wider war? It's a delicate balance that requires careful consideration and strategic foresight. So there you have it. The stakes are incredibly high and the world is on edge, watching how this situation will unfold. Stay tuned for more updates and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay informed.